This is our project on the effect of acid rain on black-eyed Susan growth by Jackie DeFluvio, Tori Hudson, and Trey Roach. Before beginning our project, we learned that acidic rain is a complex solution that contains ions of hydrogen, sulfate, ammonium, and nitrate. According to D. Hayes, these ions are derived from the pollutant molecules that are composed of sulfur and nitrogen oxides and react with other ions in the air to create acid rain. They result from the burning of fossil fuels, vehicles, heavy equipment, manufacturing, oil refineries, and other industry pollutants. We looked at the native plant to the Shenandoah Valley called the black-eyed Susan. The black-eyed Susan grows from June to October in sunny, warm climates and on average grows 1 meter in diameter. They have a bright appearance and attract a different number of pollinating organisms. Specifically in the valley, the plant allows for animals to have a food source and natural cover. They can help farmers fight off invasive species as they have large developed root systems. Acid rain is detrimental to growth of most plants in the valley, including the black-eyed Susan. According to Zhang, it prevents the growth of certain tissues in the cell, causing the plant not to grow. The purpose of our project is to determine what happens to black-eyed Susan's growth at different pH levels.
We had to start by fixing up different solutions of our artificial acid rain by mixing varying levels of sulfuric acid with distilled water to achieve the controlled pH of 6.6, along with the average acid rain level of the area of 5.6, and then two worsening levels of 4.5 and 3.5, just to see how the black-eyed Susan would fare when exposed to the worsening levels of acid rain. After making up the varying pH levels, we then took 200 black-eyed Susan seeds and divided them out so that we had 50 allocated to each pH level, and were able to wrap up 5 seeds in a paper towel and place those into 10 different Ziploc bags for each different pH level. The paper towels would then be saturated in 10 milliliters of water of their respective artificial acid rain pH and left in a drawer in the dark to recreate the darkness they would be subject to while underground. These would then be watered every 2 to 3 days for 2 weeks to allow for sufficient germination. After the 2 weeks, we then took an even amount of those which were germinated and those that did not germinate, and planted those into soil placed in the Bridgewater greenhouse and watered with 15 milliliters of their respective acid rain solution once a day for the remaining 2 weeks to see if any of the seeds would start to sprout. This first graph shows the lengths of germination that were seen in each of the varying pH levels in centimeters. The control of pH 6.6 showed to average the longest lengths in total, while every subsequent pH level afterwards decreased further as the pH became lower. There was a big drop between 7 and 5.6, however, it showed a small change of average lengths between 5.6 and 4.5, showing that in this experiment the seeds were not greatly affected by the pH drop until it went from a 4.5 to 3.5, where another drastic drop was seen.
The second data set we collected shows the amount of germinated seeds versus ungerminated for each of the pH levels. Every level had more germinated than ungerminated. pH of 6.6 had 38 germinate, pH of 5.6 had 43, pH 4.5 had 35, and pH 3.5 had 42. pH 5.6 had the most amount that germinated, which we found interesting since that is the average pH of rainwater according to the EPA's website. We hypothesized that as acid rain became more acidic, black-eyed Susans lose their ability to germinate and grow. The results showed that the pH level that had the most seeds germinate was pH 5.6. However, while 5.6 had the most seeds germinate, pH 6.6 had the longest seed growth length on average. Our hypothesis was supported in that we are correct in saying that the lower pHs inhibited seed germination, however, the seeds were still able to germinate. Additionally, while the pH of 6.6 did not have as many germinate as pH 5.6, the seed growths grew to longer lengths on average. Also, the lack of germination in lower pHs is problematic to Shenandoah Valley's plants, since the United States Geological Survey reported the average rainwater pH is 4.6. Additionally, according to the Washington Post, Virginia has been a victim state rather than a source of the problem when discussing how acid rain appears in the region. Native plants are at the risk of being negatively affected by acid rain in the region, especially the black-eyed Susan. Lack of germination and shorter seed growths can result in population decreases.